Righty then, ladies and gentlemen, we are on. We are just coming up now. This is the setup stage. It's all happening really quickly here. And we're just going to do a quick shout out to the boys that are in the channel with me again. Riley, g'day again, mate. Oh, there we go. Put the sound on, Brendan. There we go.
Okay.
Good. Yep. He's here. And Lotion, welcome back.
Hello, hello.
All right, so this is how the setup works. We panic a little bit while we're quickly running in. We don't get any time to do anything here. We just crack on. Okay, it's Southern Approach, gentlemen. It is Southern Approach this time. So the other side of the hill. And hopefully the teams that are playing now were watching that last match and going, we really need to take Hill 400. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see. All right, so we are in position now. Let's talk about the cameras we've got. Top left, still working. Lotion. Good to see. Top right, Riley is going to hang around the tanks because he's on the FbY side, aren't you, mate?
Yes, yeah, I got Esky and JM here in the Panzer IV.
You're guaranteed that they're going to have some tanks in that FbY. So happy times there. All right. So those two screens are working. That's good to see. Now, let's take this off and see what we've got. We've got a whiskey, top right corner. We've got a working whiskey, and hang on a minute, we've got a red. We've got a red as well. Okay, so I just need to adjust Red's camera there, folks. We only just received this, so unlocking here quickly. A little bit of dodgy technical doodah going on here, and what we also do is we transform. I learn all this shit on the fly, I really do. Take off a 150 on the top. And that sets up Red's camera. So, guys, we've got Red's camera working and we've got Whiskey's camera working. Now, the thing I will say here, though, is that both of those guys are FbYs. So I don't have anybody from the NRD team. I was looking for Poutine to give me one, but I didn't see his camera come up anywhere at all. He may not be playing tonight. So it'll just be the FbYs that are giving us the camera views at the moment. They're just moving up onto the point now. They look pretty good. I'm happy with that. But what I do need to do is take the mini logos off. FbYs are, of course, going to be on the right-hand side tonight. And the NRD AAS are going to be on the left side. There you go. Look at that. It's almost magic how that works. So, top of the screen, as you can see there, NRD, AAS are on the left, FbYs on the right. On this screen, as we can see right now, we can see the NRD folks and some of the Big D players as well. So they've obviously got a few stand-ins tonight. It is a practice match, so it's really not that critical. FbYs look like they've got pretty much the whole team there, Riley, isn't that correct?
Yeah, predominantly. They got a couple of volunteers in there to help. Oh, no, that's in with Deadman Ref, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. So it looked like mostly FbYs. So just quickly, mate, who's commanding the FbYs tonight?
Whiskey Man, in honour of our World Whiskey Day. It's he's taking the helm.
And, of course, as I just said before, he is the top right screen. So you're going to see him pretty much have the map open the entire time. He's driving the truck in now. Commander of the NRD AAS, Losh, you can throw that up, please, mate. Who we got?
Oh, that'll be Mr. RD.
Mr. RD. So what I'm going to do there is we are going to keep Red's whiskey screen open just for a little bit. And Losh, we're going to have your screen open if we can, please. So Mr. RD there, as we just said. And we're going to watch what's going on there. A quick look at the map before we start here to see what's actually happening. Truck full of people coming in there on the left. That's a full truck. Geez, hope you don't have a tank on that. And one tank, it's a 75. That's got Scotty, Deoxy, and Aussie Blackbeard. And we saw Deoxy having a pretty good round last round. There's the rain of people coming out of it. Riley, what you got coming over your side there, mate? What are they doing?
So we've got the transport truck that's virtually full going straight into the middle of F7. That sort of third lowest road. Meanwhile, we've got the Panzer IV heading up north on the major road. So they're going to have good sector control if they can get in there fast enough.
What we're not going to see is... Oops, sorry, I've got myself on too sensitive there. We're not going to see tanks shooting transport trucks really early, are we? All right, so I'm just interested in what's going on here. There seems to be an orange cap, and I can't see any orange players. What am I missing? A bit of a push down the south here. 7 passengers in a truck. Gosh, if the Blues get a hold of that, that will be dead. No, they've just started spawning out. Look at that, like flares out the back of a Herc. There they all are, and they're coming in now, and they're just starting to take the point, although the Blues have got enough on it. This is a bit interesting, this one. This is very interesting. It's very quiet, isn't it? Too quiet. Bullets are about to start raining.
That's the issue with Southern Approach, because the strong point is so high in the 400 by 400 sector. It often leads for people to hang around that hill 400, and it doesn't count into the cap weight.
Right,
so you've got to be on top of it.
And that's right. And it looks like the Blues are just starting to take it back now. There's a nice grenade from somebody. There's a bit of that close quarters battle there. So, Loesch, what I'm going to get you is you can hover over the bunker, please, where Defective is at the moment, mate, and just watch that view and keep it nice and slow in the camera there. We've got Whiskey Man driving a truck into the trees in the top right corner. So it's not the most thrilling of battle. Riley, what I might get you to do there, mate, is if you can get up onto the top of the hill and start looking at some of that footage, we're going to pop you on screen. There you are now. You're just zooming up there and see what's happening up the top of the hill. So we've got all those different perspectives, and I'm just doing the big zoomies around here, of course. Bit of an interesting fight here. Shouts to Waggers there, who just made some comments in the chat, and he was really excited to see that he actually got to watch him take out a squad from a camera view. So that was towards the end where he was playing really well. And I must say, thanks to the guys in the games tonight who are giving us their cameras for this. It is, there's a little bit of resource drain on their systems, but not too much. They share it to a site called Video Ninja, and we muck around with it there. And I don't get a lot of setup time for it, but it doesn't take a lot either. And you can see the quality of the images is not too bad. And I think it really adds a lot. Riley, we had it the other week where you were following tanks around, mate. I think it adds a lot to the stream, doesn't it?
I think it is. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So what's happening up on the hill there, mate? Talk to me.
So NRD initially set up a lot of presence up in Hill 400, and now they've sort of just vanished. They've all ran down the hill like water off something on an angle. And, they're trying to come down, again, use that height advantage, but I think they've been shut down.
Yeah.
The Podmos seem to have caught their fall.
There's a bit of a trade-off at the back here between Flint and Hubert, both died at the same time. There's a tank running down below me. That'd be the orange team, which is the FbY Boys tank running around there. I can see people shooting at it.
It's taken a bit of pounding from both the Panzer IV and lots of AT rats.
There are a lot of AT rats everywhere. That's a burning tank. Now I can see it so much clearer because there's a big fire out the back of it. Where's that Panzer IV? Chasing it. Oh, right,
it is. It's giving chase, yeah.
But there's two FbY Boys now. I'm going to say 3 power, aren't I? 17 Jaeger and George Soros are coming in onto that tank. And Suicide. Everyone's hot for a kill on the Panzer IV.
And Jaeger is one of the best AT players in the game, as much as it pains me to say it being a tanker, but his long-range ability with a handheld AT gun is a little bit silly.
I've just realised I made a mistake there because I'm following the Allied team. So that's 75 that I'm watching. It's actually on the blue team. I apologise for that. I thought they were there we go.
There it goes.
The 75 I'm no longer following is now dead. Well done there, but geez, look at all the AT there. 1, 2, 3. Anybody else? Yes, Sunbin as well. Everybody's in for a kill there. But they're not, they're losing the point in the meantime. What's that dropping on the hill? That's supplies. Oh, it's a bit of a trade at the moment on the point. Blue, the NRD AAS team, the Nards, we're going to call them that because I've got to remember to do that. They've got Hill 400 control at the moment. The FbY Boys have got Southern control and they've got the South Sector control, but the Nards have got hill control. The Nards are not taking the point, though. We just saw Gerberman shoot 3 of them in a row. Well played there. There's a random strafe down south here. Supplies coming in south. Oh, God, there's everything everywhere. We've got Torrin and Bread, though. Bread's into the point. Now he's going to see Muzz Panda. Hopefully Loesch is tracking that on the top left camera there. And Riley's up on the top right there as we watch him run around. We're looking at there. You still up on the hilltop there, Riley? You're following that Panzer IV.
I'm following the tank, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get you to stay on that. Stay on that Panzer IV, mate. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get Riley now, ladies and gents. He's going to follow tanks around for the match. There's a 76 coming out on the point at Alpha 8 now. So we'll watch that closely as it comes in. There's old Red Dragon. He's a squad leader now. He's not actually playing a tanker this round, Riley.
Normally just rides on the back of them as an infantryman.
Well, there's Red in the top left corner now, and there's Whiskey, the commander of the FbY Boys, in the top right. This is cool. So Red's in the bunker now, getting stuff thrown at him, but he's actually got no enemy anywhere near him, so I'm not sure who's throwing grenades at him.
Probably his teammates, and you can't really blame them, to be honest.
Well, it's Kingsy and Red. They've got nothing to do at the moment, so nothing good will come of that combination when they're bored and they've got grenades. Both are squad leaders, of course. So we'll just watch that for a little bit of a second. FbY with maps out everywhere. The most boring of point of views you can ever have. It's just people with maps out. The Nards have really been shut down here in their attacks that they've got coming in on Southern, but they absolutely have hill control. There's at least 10 up there by the look of that. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, great counting. Look at that. I had my shoes off and everything. Dingo pops around the back. And Twitch TV Rice Spice. So shouts to Rice. Obviously, he's a streamer. But I'm just... what we're going to do is we're going to run my camera across there and have a bit of a look at that. I'm going to get... Loesch, I'm going to have you stay on the point, please, if you can. And we're turning off Reds. And we're going back to Riley now, who's following that tank around, hopefully, still. There's a bit of an interesting battle going on the back of the hill here. Cortex Cashy trying to take out some of the Blues that are pushing down the hill a little bit from the Nards team. It's a good little pre-position. This is sector control they're aiming for. And let's have a bit of a look at the map while this is happening. So I've got 2 garrisons at the moment from the Nards. There'll be a third one coming in there around the Delta 7 area. And then there's just here. And then, of course, you can see supplies being pre-positioned for Kilo Squad, obviously, by that information, to get down the bottom here and build another garrison. Tank support coming in. All right, so this is some sector control that the Nards are trying to achieve. That's what I'm watching at the moment. We're watching, though, the FbYs push around behind the Nards there. Just quickly, their garrison's lit up at Bergstein Church. There's a strafe coming in. Not real sure of the effectiveness, Loesch. Not real sure of the effectiveness of a strafe on this map.
You know me and strafes. I think they're a waste of munitions.
Yeah, what does a strafe cost anyway?
150.
150. So 150 points worth of trees getting shot up there a little bit, I think. I wouldn't use too many strafes on this map. I'd save them for bombing runs and supply drops and stuff like that. Because as we know, and everyone in chat knows, it's all about them garrisons, isn't it? It's all about placing that stuff and getting your team options to spawn in on stuff. So it's still got the Blues controlling the hill. The Nards have got quite a bit of control up there. Soups is coming around the back there, though. You can see in the very far distance. Oh, Cash Cow, 1, 2, 3 in a row. Lovely killing from Cashy up there on the hill with the assault class. So he's shredded a couple. There's a fourth one down as well. And he's got Torren to go. He's probably reloading, panicking a little bit here. But Cashy's just killed 4 in a row. I thought Blues were doing pretty well up there. Yeah, look at that. 5 from Cashy. Well done. The big 5. He's an ace, effectively. Cortex is coming up the hill. Mate, you're wasting your time. Leave Cashy there and go find something else to do. That's what I say. Hubert's pushed out with Sunbin, and they're shutting down the Nards attack. Whoa, Riley, this is looking very much in FbY's flavour. Yes.
It really is, yeah. And that's sort of what we were saying before with, Hill 400 provides great high ground, but it's not counting towards sector caps. So all that low ground in the 8 row counts towards sector cap. So it's really, do you trade off good positioning for sector control or... So it looks like the Nards have chosen the high ground, but FbYs know they're up there, so they've positioned their people accordingly. Yeah,
and they are actually a pretty good team, the old FbYs, so they're able to defend. Even on the downhill slope, they're holding off, they're trading well. But, there's a tank round into some bodies. That's the end of that. So, we saw Cashy just take out 5 in a row. That's an entire squad pretty much pushing down the hill. So Cashy will be well positioned for that squad versus squad tournament that I'm going to run, Riley.
I think he will be, yeah.
I think he'll just put his name in and go, fuck, I don't want to be with anybody. I've got this. And that's...
It'll be interesting to see him come up against Deadman.
There's the grand final right there.
Done. We can skip all the matches and go straight to that done.
We are going to, so I've pretty much written the documents for that, by the way, and we are going to do a test of concept soon. I'm going to organise a couple of squads to have a go at each other on a stream and just see how we go and see how we go jumping from point to point and make a little mini event out of it and just test the concept to make sure it works functionally when we're actually doing it. Meanwhile, back to this match here, which is getting a bit, it's a bit flat at the moment. Nards are trying stuff, though. They've broadened their horizons out now, and they are actually filling. I'm fully zoomed out here, and they have filled up my screen with blue in a nice big semicircle. Loesch, what are you seeing there, mate? I'll get you. You're hovering over the bunker, which is boring as shit for everybody. So I'm just going to shut your map down, and I'm going to go out and watch Whiskey and Red and see what they're doing. But Loesch, talk to me, mate. The Nards are spreading out a bit now. Do you think that they're starting to get the idea here of where they need to go, or what's happening?
Well, like Riley was saying, you're trading off a good position for essentially cap weight. If you're not in that E, F, and 7, 8 columns, you're not doing much being up there at hill. The other thing you got to remember about hill from this point is it's very easy to get skylighted by the angle of the hill. So looking up, you can see people running against the sky essentially.
Let's get in and have a look at that quickly. Let's get you to do that on your camera, mate. Once you're set up for a bit of that skylighting, can you just let me know, and we'll have a go at that and just see. And that's a really interesting point because on the other side it's not as good, but there's a lot more hill on the other side, isn't there? If we look at the map, hill 400's here. Whereas we remember the last map we just played on was there. They had a lot of zone, a lot of bushland to go between the point and Hill 400. So Hill 400 control on that north side capture point being, what was it, Flak Pits, I think it's called? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes it a little bit easier to control Hill 400 and not get shot a lot. Something just blew up down below me there. Not sure what that is. I saw the explosion. But
I think that's their FbY Panzer IV laying into all things.
Right, there it is. So I can just looking at a truck now going in on an airhead, which we didn't see because it's way down the bottom there. Yeah, okay. You know what? How good are the FbYs? They've seen that airhead come down. Three Knees is down there now trying to find it. Whiskey's down there. The commander's on it. So he's in fighting. I've got his screen top right, of course. There's the spawn in. Here he goes. 1, 2. Oh, he's got 2 of them down. That's excellent work. There's the commander down. But the FbYs are all over this airhead. Brett and Mirage are having a bit of a run around with each other there. The commander's down. Brett's there. George, 3 Knees. There we go. Go on, Riley.
I did see FbY down there, who's known for sniffing out airheads.
All right, well, we're watching that. Riley, I'm going back to you. If you could jump onto that Panzer IV, mate. I think you're already on it still. Excellent work there. Whiskey, well, let's see here. What have I got here? Whiskey, where are you? That's not one. There we go. That's Red's camera now. We're just going to watch Red in the top left and Riley following the tank in the top right. Good airhead from fucking hell, from the Nards. However, how good were the FbYs to see that and take it out? The airhead's gone now. The Nards garrison down the bottom there is locked out right beside me, so they're going to have to work pretty hard. I'm just going to get the camera down a little bit here because it looks a bit odd back there. Disorderly, here he goes. Shreds George Soros. Mirage is there as well. The FbYs are in it. They're on it. I don't know, Riley, if they've got any OPs down there to try and defend that area. Something just blew up. There's Pariah. They're dominating way down south or trying to dominate, so that Nards push is going to be in a bit of trouble. There's still stuff going in on the left. I mean, we look at the comparison between teams here. In that last match, nobody saw that airhead come down to the, what was it, the northeast, wasn't it, Lotion? Northeast, no. I think.
Yeah, it was,
yeah. Airheads, you've got to hear the sound. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Know that plane.
Yep. And what's the difference then, Loach? What are you listening for?
I don't know how to describe it. But once you played it,
it's lower in altitude. It's the lowest altitude of all of the call-ins. So people that know it just go, that's a plane.
That's a supply drop because it was nice and high and fast and you know whatever sound it was. So you're listening to the lower aircraft, looking for the lower aircraft, I guess. Is there a sound difference between the planes?
Absolutely, yeah.
So is one like higher pitch, lower pitch, that sort of thing? Or
it's as Loish said, it's hard to describe because the bombing run, supply drop, and the airhead planes are all the same plane. It's just the altitude that makes a difference.
Someone just commented. Sullivan's commented. Hope we don't have to do any missing persons reports for Garrison and Gary and his sons. Because they were all missing from that last match. Well played, sir. Well played. All right. So, look, that airhead was shut down by the FbYs. They've got an OP down there. Bread's down there. No, actually, I tell a lie. Bread's got his OP down there. My bad. Pariah and 3 Knees are still trying to control that. Bread's not really going anywhere. It's an attempted attack from the Nards. Dingo's up in the point as a recon, so he's doing really well. They're getting into the point. I suppose, Riley, he's trying to clear out OPs and garrisons, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd assume so.
So yeah. We know the FbYs are really good at having multiple options for how to spawn in. So, Lotion, I'm going to get you back in over the point to see what Dingo Pup's doing there, mate, if you can, please. No, you're silhouetting for us, aren't you? You should be silhouetting for us.
but they killed everyone on the hill.
Everyone, all right. Well, I'm back to your screen now, mate, and you're going to watch Dingo Pup die. That was boring. Anyway, moving back to Red. Let's see what Red's going on. See if you can do that silhouette, mate, and let me know once you've got that ready. So that's the end of Dingo Pup. He tried hard to get into the point. That's Recon's job, though, to piss off the enemy as much as possible. The Nards, though, have won that southeast fight there, Riley. They've won the southeast fight.
Yeah, okay.
Pariah's still there doing something. Are there any OPs down there, mate?
There is one. Yeah,
Fort
Baker
Royce?
Squad have got one.
Yeah, okay. I assume that's
Which is,
Pariah.
which is Mirage, yeah.
Oh, Mirage. Pariah's down. 3 Knees is there. Just saw a spawn in. Mirage is still there trying to do what he can. Nards have managed to get their dudes on the ground here. They've built a garrison, but Mirage is on that garrison or pretty close to it. There's Dingo Pup down the south. Okay, so they're trying to change it up a little bit here. I'll just see if I can get around and get a better perspective of what they're actually fighting here. So look at this shit. Where the Nards are trying to come from right now. 259 metres away is where the point is that they're fighting over. And all those blue dots you can see in the distance are actually Hill 400 blue dots. So there's a trade there. 3 Knees, I think, and Brad just both traded and died. We've got George Soros and Crampy. Yeah, they're sort of trying down here, but that's 300 metres uphill. That's a long way to go, Riley. Long way to go.
Absolutely. And I'm just watching the Panzer IV, the FbY boys with Esky and JM has just had a explosive boy on it.
Yep.
So they know, but JM got out to disarm it and got shot in the back by Hugh Janus. And it looks like this is going to go up in a spectacular fashion. Oh, Esky jumped out and butchered Hugh Janus. He's trying to disarm the satchel, but I think in the end this is going to turn into quite a spectacular barbecue.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. How many died there?
We lost the 2 tank crew. It's a 2-man crew with JM and Esky, and we lost the engineer and Hugh Janus. And look at the blood. I mean, that's a lot of damage.
Look at the blood. I think that comes from Jurassic World, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Look at the blood. Okay, there's
So much
something
blood.
dropping in. So much blood. That's it. Well done. There you go. So we've got garrison marked on Southern Approach, so I know it's there. Here's a tank coming in now. This is 75. Where's that? We're on you, Riley. We're going to watch to see if we can find the FbY boys tank, which, well, they're dead now. So have they pre-positioned at all? Because there is a 75 coming in at the north side of the point. I'll get actually hit your H key a couple of times there, Lotion, and get rid of that green that's over it.
There you go.
And then hit the home key twice, I think, and that'll get rid of the admin camera information as well. Now we're sexy. Now we're talking. And so Losh is just following that tank now. Riley's trying to find the FbY boys tank, which has now barbecued itself all over the terrain. This is going to be interesting because the FbY boys do love a good tank satchel, and that tank's on the point. It doesn't have a lot of... Well, it's got Hugh Janus coming down the hill. He's a bit of an arse, but he's okay as a player. So I did there. Right.
Yes, very good.
A couple of people had to think about that one for a moment. All right, well, he's dead now, so that's shit. The FbY boys are coming down the hill behind them. Vapo's fighting against Job. That's the tank. What happened?
2 Panzer Shreks.
Oh, well, that'll end you a lot. Well, let's see. It's a 75, isn't it?
That's it. It's only medium Sherman, and the German Panzerschreck has the ability, if you know what you're doing, you can penetrate the front of the medium Sherman. So,
well, where do you shoot the Sherman at the front, mate?
Above, it's got 2 spare front idler wheels on the front of the hull. If you shoot above that and below the turret, you'll penetrate.
All right, so Loach, can you go to that carcass and see if you can spot that for folks? He's just going to run in with his top left screen there, folks. And Riley's following Tiger in now, mate.
Yeah, they're bringing the big boy in, which has a big advantage because the US bazookas can't penetrate the hull of the side. They have to get behind it. So on a map like this, if you've got a squad following your Tiger, it's got an advantage over the Sherman jumbos.
All right, so where are we shooting this 75, mate? Talk us through it. Lotion's looking at the front.
So you'll see there's sort of 2 idler wheels. There's 2 spare wheels on the front of the hull.
Yep.
You just got to basically shoot above them, but below the turret.
There you go. So Loach just zoomed in there. Just zoom in a bit further, mate. That's it right there, folks. That's where you shoot him with the bazooka. So you can actually kill this sucker from the front. What about the Panzer IV, Riley? Anywhere you can shoot that from?
I believe so. I'm not entirely sure, though.
He's not going to tell us.
No.
He's keeping it a secret.
And of course, if you angle the tank, it obviously changes the game again. But this is assuming sort of 90 degrees on.
So angling the tank just makes the actual armor slightly thicker, doesn't it? So how that works is, if you think about a piece of plate, and then if you put that plate on an angle, when a single point hits it on the angle, it just is slightly thicker. The maths of it or the physics of it works out that way, depending on which way you want to describe it. So that's interesting stuff, and it's really useful to know that. A lot of people, you see them shooting tanks at the front and stuff like that. You've got to know these types of things, otherwise you're throwing shit into the wind.
Yeah, see, that's what separates a lot of sort of medium experienced crews to the tank cases, is they can exploit these things.
Yeah, absolutely. So there it is. And that's the type of stuff that, there's plenty of videos and things about it. You just got to find the gems.
Oh, no. Major Mess is not watching his screen. Sangwoo's taken down 3 and the Gary.
Oh, messy. That's untidy. And there's the cap starting to turn with 20 minutes to go. Messi's just woken up. Lotion's following that in the top left, of course. Good pickup, mate. I was just watching what was going on down the map edge. Here's the panic rush of FbY towards the point. Mess is down. He's traded with Sangwoo, right? But the FbY are going to be able to close this down because there's 8 of them coming in from 2 different directions. This is the multi-spawn option play, I guess you would call it. Riley, can we just get you to go to map on your screen for a moment, please, mate? I'm just going to demonstrate what I'm talking about there. There's the multi-map thing from Riley that I'm talking about. And you can see there that the FbY have got all sorts of little options all over the place where they can spawn in. I mean, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 freaking garrisons. God knows how many OPs, because my eyes are old and I can't see it on that screen from this distance. I'm going to go back to the smalls now, Riles. Thanks, and primary display full for me. And that's why they're able to surge back onto the point here, and the cap has now turned back and is fully in FbY's favour, and it's shut down the Nards attack with 18 minutes to go. Riley, can the Nards crack this FbY defence?
It'll be hard. They are a, typically defensive side. They have been for, since their inception a few years ago. They've always been heavy on defence, so it's going to be quite tricky, I think.
We're just hovering over this tank gunfire stuff going on the bottom here, just on the right of my screen. Of course, Riley's following that Tiger for us. Where are you looking at the moment, Losh? Are you on the point? So maybe head up onto the top there. Head up to Hill 500 for us, mate. There's more action up there. The point's kind of fairly dead for this match. Here's a recon vehicle. Aussie Blackbeard, Deoxy and Scotty. Obviously, they haven't got a lot of resources. 640 in the shed at the moment. They're driving like madmen around somewhere near me, off to the right. They've actually gone around the back of that Tiger tank.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what it looks like. Yeah, okay. So there.
Oh, we've got I-Run behind the Tiger with a bazooka.
Oh, one in the arse. I just saw that.
Yeah. If he lands this other one, it'll knock out that Maybach engine out of that Tiger, and they'll be a pissed off tank crew.
No, well, everyone's been shredded by Pariah, so good defensive play there, but there's Myopic Muppet coming down. He's an automatic rifleman, so he can't do much. Whiskey, the commander is down. Commander down, dying a little bit less than poor old Magical Arab from the last match, but still...
But that wouldn't be hard, really, would it?
Well, no, you just have to turn up and
and do the bare minimum.
To the bare minimum. Poor guy. He had
That's
such
all right,
a shocker.
Arab. We love you.
We love you, Arab. He's a good... he'll be actually joining us tomorrow night, so I better be cautious because he might give me the thumb to the nose and leave me. He'll be joining us tomorrow night for the stream, but he's done well. He contributed to Point of Views, and I really appreciate him for that. So this Nards attack, Losh, I'll go to you now, mate. Can they crack open this FbY defence?
Not unless they start grouping together. They're very disjointed. You can see all the solo running going on. Solo running never wins games. You need trades. You need people to work together. Right now, everyone's out for themselves, it looks like.
And they're all dying. I mean, look, as I watch that tank down the bottom there is doing some killing. I think they've shut down that attack down the bottom. The boys are up the top here. There's something, I don't even know what that is shooting at people, but that'll be the recon. Yeah, there it is. It's over Eastern Slope. It's actually at Golf 5 right now doing a bit of a run around like a mad ass. Of course, that Tiger's got no chance of catching it. So the FbY will be all sorts of hots for trying to get that with a rocket. I'm seeing it's a supply drop down the bottom of the map. Look, the Nards have got 3, 5, 6 garrisons at the moment. 7 garrisons, sorry. So they're doing the right thing, but their attack's very scattered, Riley, as you said. Very scattered,
yeah, exactly. And that's it. As you mentioned, it's really tricky. The FbY have done a good job. They managed to set up a lot of spawns spread out so they can sort of contract and expand around the strong point as needed. So they sort of need to be really conscious and have a front, and then have something the chink in the armor from behind as well, and do it coordinated.
All right,
They need to sort of have a two-pronged approach.
Esky and JM, I think, just died to either an AT or that tank. They got into Fox 7 with their recon vehicle and got shot for their troubles. I'm going to assume it was the tank. I'm just watching, I'm hovering around Hill 400 at the moment. That seems to be where most of the action is, Losh. You may as well hang up there. But I've got the camera on at the moment for Red Dragon in the top left corner. He's so comfortable. He's pulled the binos out. He's on the point of southern approach in defence, and he's pulled the binos out. He's not worried about infantry being anywhere near him. And that says a lot for the attack that's not happening at the moment. I mean, they're trying, though. The Nards are not bad players. They are trying, but the FbY have just really got dominance here at the moment. Remembering, this is not even for points. This match is just a friendly, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and that's it. I think that's the thing. The FbY as a group, with these players, have been playing for a long time. Whereas, we've got a lot of regulars in this NRD team or the Nards team. We've got, Iron and Joby. Those guys have been playing for a very long time. But there's also a lot of new guys. So it's and good
other players as well from other clans, like this big
exactly,
D players.
Yeah.
So comms is a little bit more challenging here for the Nards, which of course that's how it has to be. That's what happens. So we're just floating around over the point now. Hugh Janus got in there and he was cut to shreds by Red Dragon. Red doing he whipped out the binos and bashed him in the head, maybe. Probably not. He's got his weapon out, so that's fine. It looks like it was 13 minutes on the clock. Let's have a bit of a think here. What would I do if I was the commander of the Nards? Well, actually, you know what? As I say this, they've got 3 OPs and some supplies, Kilo squads in Golf 7 area. They're going to put up a garrison at the back of the point, just slightly northeast. There's a bombing run coming in as well. They've marked the gap. Hey, this is starting to get interesting, folks. I'm going to sit up in my seat a little bit here because the Nards are starting to make some changes to their play to try and do something about this. That's what we're looking for here, is a little bit of a change up to how they do stuff. That Tiger's noticed, though, Riley. I can see it's coming back there in the bottom left of my screen. Here's the bombing run on the point. Bombing run's too early, though. It's too early because the Nard's too far out at the moment to take advantage of this bombing run. You'd want to do that when you guys are 100 out. Go, Riley.
Yeah, no, that's it. The Tiger, the FbY have marked that whole area. They know they're getting a push from there. The Tiger was there before, but it's basically patrolling because, you sit still too long as a tank and you die.
Well, I'm just watching Three Knees and George Soros come around the back there, killed 2 of the Nards already, and that's the problem for him, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
We've got a tank coming in, Pariah's behind him as well, so they must have OPs down the bottom there, the old FbY, and that's good. There's Padax. Yep. Padax just wore it. Hell, we could have probably kept Arab's screen running because he's still in this match. I completely forgot that he was actually staying in there. So what I might do is I might give him a chance to redeem himself. Riley, we're going to, Lotion, we're going to go to your screen and we're going to watch a bit of that activity while I pull up the, it's a little bit funky there. Just do a little bit of following there if you can, please, mate. Full screen, no, it's not going to work. We'll get me back onto full screen, but I'm going to pull up the map. And while I do that, the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to bring Magical Arab back into the play. Arab, here he is. Let's find his camera again. Where are you, my good friend? Not there.
Oof.
There we go. What happened then, Ross?
We've just got Esky and the Tiger. They're just having a bit of fun, shredding infantry.
Yeah, there you go. So here we go. Let's see if Magical Arab's imagery still works for us. Hang on a minute. That didn't work either. I've got to put the thing back in there, don't I? Source, Magical Arab. Here we go. Whoops. So what I'm actually doing here, so people understand what's actually going on, I'm just putting it into the stream deck that I've got here so that I can do... Oh, wait, turning off those. Arab. Red. Where are you, Arab? Oh, no, he shut it down. Okay, well, there we go. We didn't have him at all. So, all right. Things are going reasonably well here. I can hear children walking around in the background. That can't be good. Things are going pretty well here for the FbY, though, guys. I think it's going to be their match unless Nards do something. I mean, they've got some Garys down the southwest there. They've lost Hill 400 control. we do see random things occur in the last 10 minutes. This is now the last 10 minutes. So what I would do, of course, was some sort of attack like this, but we could see that the FbY boys have got that sector control everywhere. You've got to pick another spot to come in from. Maybe. Well, okay. So let's think about this for a minute. Know your enemy. We know that the FbY boys, when they see a threat, they throw a spawn surge at it. Correct?
Exactly.
So we put an attack in of 3 people, maybe 4 people, up onto the hill area or somewhere random, from like what they just did down the bottom corner there. And at the same time that starts, we throw an airhead in somewhere else. That's what you need to do. And then you use your bombing run. Oh, there's the shredding of the nards. You use the bombing run closer to the... when you guys are closer to the point, because they're having it out that far. It kills some stuff. They respawn. You know, they respawn within 20 seconds at the worst case scenario. And they're back on the point defending it, and you've wasted the bombing run.
Exactly. And I think with an experienced team like a lot of the affiliate clans here, you almost need to use your airhead as the distraction, as the bait,
I've
and then
seen
have
that
your you use your other attack. You have your primary attack come in from a second location. So I think, as you said, that's what the Nards need to do, and it's all about. This is where Commander isn't just clicking buttons and dropping in shit from the sky anymore. In these kind of games, it's where you actually need to have that strategic ability to go, take a breath. Okay, something's not working. How are we going to do this?
Yeah, they're trying that push down the south here again now. And that was a good airhead earlier because it did achieve some effect. And it dragged a whole heap of the FbY boys down there. But the trouble is they didn't capitalise on that. They just were down there trading 1 for 1 until they died. And we saw in the last match that trading, I mean, you know, you've got to assume that the people on the other side are about your equivalent in one-on-one first-person shooter skills. So when you're doing a trade, there's a tank there on the point now. I can see it's a 75 and it's trading with a Tiger.
76.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a 76, is it? Oh, did I miss a dot? Ooh, who got the first shot off? I think the 76. That's a bounce. That's a bounce.
So, I think they hit the turret. So if the
that's the end of the 76. Musk Panda was there anyway with a satchel. He's ready. He's probably laid it anyway, hasn't he? Flint's chasing him down and shot him for his trouble. Oh.
So the FbY boys also had 3 engineers on that Tiger. So,
but see, look at that though. Look at that. So they've surged onto the hill. The 3 engineers up there means that the Blues had a chance down the bottom here, but it's too far. They've got too far to run. So the FbY boys are now coming down the hill to stop that. And poor Bread, I know a number of times Bread's actually been the survivor in this round when they've been counterattacked, which, you know, I think it was around round 2 or round 3. He kept dying with the satchel. He's now realised that he's got more survivability as a squad leader by the look of it. So well done there, mate. That's why I play squad leader all the time. They're on to me. That's what I say. So anyway, look, the Nards are still trying to push us. 7 minutes left. FbY boys have just got too much control here for this match, don't they? There's nobody on the hill at all now. FbY boys are pushing out. These guys are so confident. Kingsy, Vapo, and Suicide are coming right out to where the admins are hiding in the church. Oh dear. What do you do, Loesch? 6 minutes to go.
Oh, hope you've got a bombing run. And what you really want to do is try to do that main push through the west side and then use a flank. What I've seen them been doing is jumping onto a position north, east, west, or whatever of the point, and everyone pushing. It's not a flanking maneuver if everyone's there.
Yeah, that's right. And you've got to distract, and you've got to, like, you know, as Riley said before, throw that airhead down and drag a heap off the point. Throw this down, throw that down. I mean, they're in there fighting. There's about 4 or 5 Blues in the point now, and they'll not start the cap probably. Oh yeah, it's just starting to trickle over. But watch this, and surely in a couple of seconds the FbY boys will have a little mini spawn wave in there and shut it down. So because there's not enough sector control from the Nards, although they do have quite a bit down south. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take it back a bit. They've actually managed that garrison at Fox 7. After all of that, they've got the Fox 7 garrison, which is, I would assume, there's the spawn rate from the FbY boys. This is looking a bit better here. With 6 minutes on the clock, they finally got map dominance down the south. It's taken the entire match. FbY boys are still running around, but they're in a little bit of trouble here. If the Nards can take stuff on the point and actually clear out the garrisons and OPs a little bit. They've got a chance, although there's the spawn wave from the FbY boys now that's pushing the cap back. Wiggy's down. It's a bit tight. They're just trading again. I think it might be but Loesch, what I was watching before, just quickly, I'll get you to hover right over Southern for that fighting. There is a half track coming into the garrison up north as well. I'm tracking that one, ladies and gents. I am watching what that does because I saw it before. Joby's now trying to get over the hill because there's nobody on Hill 400. FbY boys have surged onto the point and managed to stop the cap that was occurring. But there's enough blues down the south here that are pissing off the FbY boys that they've had to surge all their troops back to the point. What's going to happen up north, though, because they've not got anything up there, is that the Nards are going to get a spawn wave of whoever's died, and they're going to come running down that hill. There's soups. There's something blowing up. Not even sure what that is. Oh, God, they're running the half track all the way to the point. Oh, no, I'm not sure I'd be doing that. Well, fuck it, whatever. Anything goes with 4 on the clock. Oh, where's that tiger going, Riley? Where is it?
He's gone for a run to Bergstein Church. So they've given up all abandon and reason. They're just going to, they get bored. They need to kill things.
4 on the clock, and you've taken your tank away from the point. Not sure I agree with that.
Well, I think what their plan looks to be, he's just done a quick 4-2 turn. They're going to try and knock out all their attacking Garys.
Ah, there you go. But see, the threat is actually on Hill 400 at the moment. Less Freelance. No, that garrison is unlocked up there. So Freelance is up there. There's X has just killed, I don't know what that is, probably a half-track. Whiskey Man's down. The enemy, commander. The enemy commander. Let's bring up the boys from, look at that. We've got 2 down. Both guys are down. Both cameras are simultaneously dead. Spawn wave around the back here. We've got some really good work from Magical Arrow, Dingo Pub, X and Joby. Freelance is up on the hill there trying to do something. Something's blowing up there. God, there's shit everywhere now. This is interesting.
Soups is hiding in the half track.
Oh, he's doing the old back. Can you get a camera on that, please?
Yeah, I've got it, yeah.
All right, watch this, ladies and gents. He's in the back of the half track. So what he's doing there is, well, they can't actually spawn on it now, correct?
Nope.
And so Cash will come in and put a satchel in. But I saw someone one day jump in the back of the half track, and then the enemy team came and jumped in it to drive it off, and he shot him in the back of the head. It was classic. Absolute classic. Because they have no idea he's there because they can't see. And, of course, you can't look around in the vehicle when you're in there, really. Not much. There's the half track gone. That was Cash Cow putting it on. 2.5 minutes. Oh, this is the bombing run from... Oh, that's the FbY boys bombing run. It's missed everything. Might have picked up the garrison, though. Did it? Well, that garrison's locked where the commander is. RD's there. No, the garrison's saved. Crampy's and George is looking for it. I didn't see the spawn wave off of the hill that I was expecting from the Nards, though, guys. Didn't see it at all. Riley, I'm back on your camera now. Lotion's top left. Riley's top right.
So the Tiger just absolutely drilled that friendly half track, and now they're just getting their Colin McRae on, going through the forest.
Yeah, I just thought I'd throw... I'm not seeing an airhead. I haven't seen an air for ages. So maybe they're throwing in the last minute.
Oh, here comes the Nards bombing run.
I can hear it. I hear it, and maybe there's an airhead in this. We've got Red Dragon on the top left now, folks, and Riley's on the top right there, or Jagdpanzer. Here's a bombing run coming in. Now they're a lot closer, and they've got a spawn wave in. I don't know what that spawn wave came off of. Probably an OP, I'm guessing. But the boys from FbY are all in the bunker, and they're not getting blown up anytime soon. Whiskey Man, I probably should have gone to him's camera there. That would have looked cool. So here he is. He's just watching his map. He's just still chilling in the bunker reading the map. That's how he works. Loesch, I'm going to get you to follow into the point there and get in close and watch that last attack. The last throw of the dice with 1 minute 30 seconds left. Red Dragon's down. They're doing the trades again. Oh, that's a nice little grenade kill. I mean, they've got a few here. There's the hill spawn I was waiting for. God, that took a while. There's an airhead coming in now. I can see it there. That's the Nards airhead. So here we go. Here is the multi-axis attack. We've got folks on the right there on my screen, folks on the top right, so northeast, folks on the northwest, and an airhead now that Gerberman was waiting for, so he'll take that airhead out. But that's only one, so he was obviously pretty confident he was going to take that. There's people coming in on the southeast as well. This is a good attack here, but they're just getting outplayed by very, very good skills from the FbY boys. You know, I mean, they've obviously drawn all their troops back to the point now, except the Tiger, which is up in fucking La La Land. I'm not even sure. No,
the Tiger just eliminated their 76. It hid in the forest, and the 76 is sticking to the roads. And that's just a difference between one of the experienced crews that can navigate through a forest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that 76 didn't even know where it got killed from.
Roads bad on most maps. Roads bad. I thought that was still a Berkshire church, but obviously Whiskey would be saying, gentlemen, you need to get back to the point now.
No, exactly. They did their tour of duty, went through, shot a garrison, I believe, and then came back to the point.
All right, well, this will be the FbY match. There's just not enough blue on the point here. Look, the best they played from the Nard side of things was in the last 10 minutes where they actually had a multi-axis attack. But to be fair, and there's good game called, to be fair, the FbY absolutely had the skills there to outplay the Nards in one-on-one fights. The trades were in the FbY's favour. So well done for a friendly match. That was a pretty good one though, Riley.
Yeah, I think it was very good. It's sort of, it's been a good to compare the first match and then compare this match. It's been quite interesting to compare the tactics. And again, this map, you have to use the map to your advantage. You have to know it and you have to exploit it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm going to put my little jazz loop on. No, I'm going to put the other stuff on. Loesch, what was your summary and highlights from that, mate?
That was total sector control from FbY. It was very hard for NRD to get in. You could see they were trying every which way, but the comms would have been brilliant from the FbY boys to move to each threat over and over.
Yeah,
Shut it down.
There it is, absolutely. All right, gents, I would say that was a pretty good match, and I'd say we had a pretty good night of it, and I'm going to go and put my kids to bed now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. I'm glad you joined us for this one. It was good times had by all, I think, but not so much for the public team and the Nards tonight. Definitely, absolutely, 100% for the FbY and, of course, for the three para guys. Well played all around there. Really enjoying the streams at the moment. I think it's looking pretty good with the multi-view camera. So, Riley, thanks for joining me tonight, mate. Appreciated it.
No worries, mate. Happy World Whiskey Day, whatever it is.
Thank you, my good sir. And, of course, Loesch, thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
All right, folks, those boys are out. I have had enough. I'm going to go. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, where we are going to watch OC and TFK go head-to-head on this map, followed by the 8 p.m. scratch match. If you're not already down for the scratch match, please throw your name into the hat and have a bit of a go. You sign up through the Big D Discord. I'm your host, Noppers. Thanks, and good night.